All right, so let me get this set up. All right. All right, bear with me because I am trying to set it up so that I can sit back here and do the Theraband exercises, but still be able to read your comments. So I'm jumping in on my own live video so that I can be this far away from the camera and read your comments. Let's see. I think it's working though. So welcome to my first live. I am really, really excited, and secretly I'm glad that the majority of you voted for this Sunday because it helps to kind of push me out of the nest in live videoing. If I put it off any longer, I probably would have researched it a little too much, and so just doing it is good for me. I need to work on just doing it. So it looks like I might have a couple of people on here. If anybody is on here, I would love for you to say hi in the chat so I can see who's here. And then pretty quick, we're gonna go ahead and get started with our Theraband exercises. Today we're gonna keep it really, really simple and basic for a few reasons. One, I thought it would be really good to do some exercises that you don't necessarily need a Theraband for, in case anyone doesn't have one. So all three of the exercises that we'll do today, you don't have to have a Theraband for. You can do it without a Theraband. But if you don't have a Theraband, I do highly recommend that you get one. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, which probably all of you do because dancers use these all the time, and some people might call them resistance bands, but you can get these anywhere, and they're just super, super great, cheap tools to help you build muscles for dancing. So, anyways, anybody, I have, I think, 3 other people besides me here. Does anybody want to say hi? Four people. All right, guys, well, let's go ahead and get started. So like I said, you don't have to have a Theraband to do these exercises. We're gonna keep it really basic and simple today. I honestly have not touched my Theraband since having baby number 3, but it's the new year, right? So it's the perfect time to start old habits or new habits that you would like to continue. And I used to do these exercises all the time. I'm talking like almost every day. These are the perfect exercises that are really, really simple to strengthen your feet. So if you're looking to get towards pointe, or if you just want to get a more stable releve, all of these things are perfect for that. So grab your Theraband, or if you don't have one, just go ahead and stretch out. So we're going to work on, the first thing that we're going to work on is just taking our foot from a flex position and then pointing it, and flexing and pointing. So it's a really, really simple exercise, but the more that you do this, the more that you'll strengthen all of these tiny intrinsic muscles that are in your foot. So you can do this without a Theraband, just flexing and pointing. If you have your Theraband, some people like to loop it around their foot like this, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, but I actually prefer to do it a different way. So we're going to lay the Theraband out on the floor like this, and then you put your whole foot inside of it. So it's actually coming underneath your leg. I just feel like that gives me a little bit more resistance. It's less likely that it's just gonna flip off of my foot. And it just feels more stable to me. So you can put your other foot in like a figure 4. And then we're gonna pull the Theraband up and back towards yourself. So let's just start, since It's a new year, and like I said, I haven't been Therabanding. We're gonna start easy. Let's just do, let's do 2 sets of 8 to start, so 16. Yeah. Let me know in the chats if you are joining me. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you have a Theraband. I really would love to hear from you guys. That's why I'm doing this live. So, sitting up nice and tall, make sure you're engaging your abs and you're not letting everything sink down, but you're having a nice tall posture like you're up in a high back chair. And let's point and flex. So, we're going to go point and flex and point and flex. And I'll tell you right now, especially if you're following along with me, I tend to lose track when I'm counting. All of my students can attest to this. I just get lost in counting, and so we may do a little bit more than 16, but that's okay. So point and flex and point and flex, point and flex. And like I said, this is really simple, right? Just pointing and flexing, and you can even do it without a Theraband. But don't negate that this is really going to help you strengthen your feet and your ankles. And make sure that when you're doing the pointing, that you're going through the demi-point. So you're going all the way to the demi-point, and then you're adding the toes in, coming back to the demi-point, and then flexing it up. You don't want your foot to be like a flipper, where it's just going point and flex and point and flex. You really want to articulate through your foot as much as you can, okay? So like I said, I don't remember what number we're on, but I'm going to say we're on 4. Let's keep going. Point and flex. This is 6 and flex, and 7 and flex, and 8 and flex. All right, let's do 8 more. Point and flex, and point and flex, point. This is 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is just demi-points. So you're going to keep your foot in a pointed position, and we're just going to release the toes and then go back to point. So I call these like toe sit-ups. You're just doing your toes pointed to demi-point. So you never come back to that full flex yet. Just keep it here. And point, and 2, and 3, and 4, 5, 6. I wish it could show me who was here so I could say hi. 7 and 8. 8 more. And 8 and 7 and 6 and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Oh my gosh. Like I said, it's a good thing we're starting simple because I feel that my feet need some strengthening. Actually tweaked my ankle at the park the other day. I was carrying the baby and I was stepping out of the playground down these like wooden logs that they have to get out of the playground, and I rolled my ankle, and to save the baby I busted it pretty hard. Aha, yay! Donna Marie, hi, how are you? It's so great to see you here. I have been appreciating your comments so much. You've been so encouraging in all your comments. The pink Theraband, well, it's not the lightest, but that's because this is actually not the Theraband brand. This is an off-brand one, and I couldn't actually even tell you what brand it is, but I would say, so in the actual like trademarked Therabands, I believe it is, red is the lightest, and then it goes green, blue, black. And I would say that this correlates to the Theraband as being between a green and a blue. So this is really medium, and it really depends on the strength of your foot. So like the red for me in Theraband is way too light. It just doesn't feel like anything. But if you're starting from ground zero, like you haven't really done any work with Theraband, red is a good place to start. That's the lightest. But I think green is pretty well accepted by most people as well. So you would just kind of have to try and see. Like the different brands have different scales and colors. I know that Discount Dance carries the Gainer Minden resistance bands, and I think they have like pink and white. And then I have some from Target, which this might be from Target, that have like purple and pink and all that. So it depends. You don't want to go with something that's way too strong though. You want to be able to do multiple reps. So I would say red or green is the best place to start in the Theraband brand. Do you have a Theraband already? Do you know what brand it is? I'm actually glad that you asked a question so that I can stop. Thanks. Yeah, I know. I just tweaked it, so it's actually good. I should be doing these exercises. You have the red. So yeah, I think that is, I'm pretty sure that is the lightest resistance. And so doing multiple reps with the red will be really good. And then if you feel like that's not giving you a good workout, you can move up to green or blue. Black is pretty thick though. So blue and black are pretty thick. So anyway, yeah. I would like to order some Theraband brand ones. I used to have a bunch of them, and I think they're all at the studio right now. So when I dug around in my dance bag this morning, this is the only one I found, and I honestly, I don't even remember what brand it is. But anyways, like I was saying, I'm glad you asked a question because that helped give me a little break. So the next exercise that we're going to do, again, you don't have to have a Theraband. You could just do it without a Theraband, or you could do it with a towel. So have any of you guys heard of scrunching your toes before? That's like where you take your foot on the floor and then you're just kind of pulling your toes up into a knuckled scrunch position. Then you're going to pick it up, which looks really great, right? Like, it reminds me of like a bird. And then you're going to extend it out to go down again. So you can do just that without anything. Just bring it scrunched, pick it up, out and down. Or if you have a towel, you can lay a towel out, and then you're working on bringing the towel to you by scrunching it, picking it up, and doing that. So that's what we're going to do with the Theraband. I will preface by saying sometimes when I do this exercise with my Theraband, it doesn't always obey, and it kind of like sticks to the floor, but we're going to try it anyways. So just lay it out on the ground and put your foot pretty far back towards the end so you have plenty of Theraband to grab. And you're going to come down, scrunch it up, kind of grab it, come up, and then release. Down, scrunch, bring it up, and release. Down, scrunch, bring it up, and release. Down, grab it, see it's sticking. Up, and release. Down, grab it, bring it up, and release. Remember to stay tall. I'm already slouching a little bit. Up, and release. Down, and release, and release. I'm going to do that one more time because that went by really fast for me. So flick it out again. I would also say, depends on where you buy your Theraband, and you could tell me, Donna, I don't know how long yours is. I always prefer to be able to cut the length of Theraband I want. You know, like at the studio, they have the rolls of Theraband, so you can take it as long as you want. and cut it. Because some Therabands, when they're cut, aren't long enough for you to put your whole foot on, which is kind of annoying. But all right, we'll do it again. So put your heel down, and we're going down, in, up, and out, down, in, up, and out. Really trying to crunch those toes, something that you won't ever really do in ballet class unless you're doing hops on Pointe or something like that. Up and out, out. Pull it towards you, pull it, pull it, pull it. All right, and that's it. Okay, so those are the only exercises that I was going to do today because, like I said, I'm working back towards it slowly, and I also wanted to keep it something that you can do without a Theraband. There are lots of more exercises that you can do with the Theraband, and I would love to do more videos with those, but we're going to stick with just those today, so we're going to go ahead and do the left side. I did want to say, again, a little bit about the alignment. So when you're doing these, you're working on really pulling your belly button in and up and keeping that long back so that there's no sinking or rounding here. And if you feel like you're feeling a little bit too much tension in your neck and shoulders, or you just feel like your core is a little bit weak for that, another really great thing that you can do while you're doing the Theraband exercises is to sit up against a wall. So put the base of your tailbone right up against the wall, and then you have that nice tall lift, because doing the Therabands with a nice flat back is going to give you a really different experience than if you're accidentally hunching over. I know, because right now I'm always kind of wanting to round in because I'm nursing all the time. I just feel like I'm always like this. So I'm working on really opening the chest. So let's go ahead and go to the left side. And lay your Theraband out. There you go. Put your foot on it. This is a nice long Theraband. I like this length. You're going to pull it back. Let's scoot my foot back a little bit. And we'll go for 16, pointing and flexing. So point and flex and 2 and flex, 3 and flex and 4 and flex. So besides doing these exercises on a more regular daily basis just to build strength, I think that these 3 exercises, or even just the first 2 of pointing and flexing and then of just the demi-pointes, are a great warm-up for class, right? So before every ballet class, if you're able to get there early, which is always nice, try to just do 16 pointing and flexing of your feet, and then the demi-pointes, and then you can do some ankle circles, different things like that to help warm up your feet. And I've totally lost count of where we are. I'm gonna say where this is 10. Okay. All right, and here we go. 11 and 12 and 13 and 14. Try to feel like you're extending right through your toes longest line possible. 16 and one more for good measure. Now keep your foot pointed. Let's do our demi-pointes. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 8. I already feel it. Oh, 7 and 6 and 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Yes. I should have brought a massage ball to give my feet a massage after this. But that's good. Good place to start at, and then we'll work our way up. I'll work my way up. Maybe you can already do lots more. Okay, last exercise on the left side. We're going to throw the Theraband out. and do our stretching. Okay. So put your heel right there. Sit up nice and tall, and we're bringing our toes down, scrunch, pull it up, and release. Toes down, scrunch, pull it up, and release. And 3, and 4. I don't know why I'm counting, because I'm just going to go to the end of the Theraband, and then we'll do it again. But I'm a teacher, so counting. Just start counting. And there we go. Now let's do it again. Okay, one more time. Okay. So, my wonderful 2 people who are with me still, are you following along with me? Are you doing this exercise? Are you feeling it? I hope so. And in and up and out and 2 and 1 and out. Scrunch. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and yes, we're done. Done. So, like I said, pretty simple today. Just those 3 exercises, although, you know, I'll keep going if you want to keep going. Let me know in the chats below. I can show you a couple other exercises, but yes, I am going to add this to my daily exercise routine as well. And that is part of the reason that I wanted to stick with these 3 exercises, because I know so many different Theraband exercises that sometimes the idea of getting my Theraband out and doing a Theraband workout feels too overwhelming, or just like I don't have enough time. But these 3 exercises, like, let's see, how long have I been on? Not very long at all. You can do them in less than 10 minutes, right? And I remember when I was a ballet student, like late teens, early 20s, I would just do this watching TV or something like that. Once you get going, I mean, this is something that you can just do kind of brainlessly, which is nice because it's just a bonus way to multitask and build muscles for ballet. Plus, like I said, these are great exercises because your feet are so important in ballet, right? Like, I know in my teaching, since I've come back after having my 3rd baby, I usually, at the end of every bar, I do a series of relevés with my students. And relevés in themselves, again, such a simple exercise, but so good for strengthening your ankles and your feet. And I have definitely been feeling weaker in my relevés. And then the other day, I went to the studio actually to film a couple more tutorials for this channel, a couple of jump tutorials and a waltz. And then at the end, I decided to put on my pointe shoes just to see what it felt like. Also because I am choreographing a adult pointe piece at the studio that I teach at. There's an adult performance coming up in March, and I'm doing an adult pointe piece. So I kind of wanted to test out some of my choreography and see what it would look like on pointe and if it was way too hard. And man, I mean, I don't know why I would think it would be any different, but just putting my pointe shoes on for like less than 10 minutes, my feet were dying because they were not used to being worked like that anymore. So I'm really hoping, baby is 6 months now, so I am really hoping that this year, I've only really gotten to do 2 full ballet classes back since she's been born. So I'm really hoping that this year I can start getting into class more. And I know that doing these exercises at home is going to make such a big difference since I can't be in class all the time. I'd love to know, Donna, or anyone else who might want to answer, how often do you get to go to class? Let me know. I think it was you that said that you were taking classes at Did you say Alvin Ailey? I don't know. Sometimes I have things in my brain, and lately I feel like they just like pop mid-sentence. Like right as I'm about to say something, it just disappears. And I know that's probably linked to the sleep deprivation. Right now, baby is not sleeping great. I don't know. My phone just said something. But right now, I'm not sleeping great, so I feel like my brain is on slow motion a lot of times. Yes. Oh, yeah, you did. You did say Alan Ailey. You are getting to take the finest young? You get to take class from him? That is so awesome. I mean, that is so cool. When I first started, I remember ordering a bunch of his videotapes and watching them all the time. There was two that I had. One was a bar class, and then the other one was specifically on pirouettes. And I remember when I was a beginner, I watched them over and over and over again. I've never gotten to take class with him, but that would be so amazing. He's incredible. I'm gonna plug this in really quick. Hold on a second. Okay, here we go. Oh man, now we have 5 people on. You guys missed the Theraband workout, but we could do it again if you want to. I mean, I probably need to do it again, but or you can just wait and watch the replay. I would love to know if you guys have any questions, or we can just keep on pointing and flexing. I'd also love to know if there's any specific videos that you guys would like to see coming up. Like I said, I did just go into the studio and record a bunch of tutorials on like beginner jumps, like changement and entrechocade and royale, which I'm just getting back into jumping, so that was really good for me as well. And then I recorded 2 different waltz tutorials, which I love waltzing, but I'm planning, what else am I planning? I'm planning to do pirouette tutorial, just talking about andouille and andouille and the difference there. But I would love your suggestions as well. And I have a couple of videos that I've already filmed that will be coming out soon. I have a video just on really, really basic stuff like susu and the difference between your working leg and your standing leg. But yeah, as I get to class more often for myself and I get myself back into actually doing ballet, I'll be able to film a little bit more advanced stuff. But I don't want to go too crazy yet, as I've been really easing myself back into ballet slowly after this 3rd baby, because my hips have been so wonky. Wow, that is so cool. That you are literally getting to take class from a living legend, which is the best. I am so grateful for all of the different classes that I've gotten to take over the years with, the ballet greats, some who are no longer with us, like David Howard, and in Chicago, Larry Long, and there's been a few others. Frederick Franklin. If you've ever seen the documentary Ballet Russe, I remember watching that documentary and falling in love with Frederick Franklin, and I was so upset because I had been invited to the opening, like the premiere of the documentary from my ballet teacher, and Frederick Franklin was going to be there, but I had to miss it for some reason, and now I can't remember why. I think it was a family reason, but I had to miss the premiere. So then I went and saw the movie when it came out in the theaters. And when I watched that documentary, I just fell in love with Frederick Franklin. You could just see his passion, and he was just so amazing. So I was kicking myself and just so upset that I missed the premiere where I could have met him in person. But then when I got to dance with the Joffrey for Giselle, Frederick Franklin came in and set the whole piece. So not only did I get to meet him, I got to learn from him, and he guided me around. It was like, ah, it was a dream come true. That is so neat. I'm jealous. I will have to make it out there sometime, although I don't know when. But yeah, he's an amazing teacher. I really, really appreciated his videos when I was first starting. I remember his video on pirouette had he used the imagery of a spinning top, how it has to go down and twist down before it can twist up. And he just showed that visual a lot, and I just watched it over and over again, because when I first started, well, everything was really hard, let's be honest. Ballet is like super tricky and complicated. And especially starting later, you just feel like you're trying to catch up. But pirouettes were super confusing to me, especially just directionally and how to keep your balance and what to do. And so I would watch his DVDs over and over again. Yeah, back then, let's see, I don't remember when I started. It wasn't that long ago. It was like 15 years ago, but we bought videotapes, like cassettes, and is that what they're called? Cassettes? I think so. But yeah, I watched him over and over again, and now I still go and watch whatever videos he has on YouTube. And I have a couple of his ballet CDs that I use when I'm teaching as well. But yeah, that is so cool. All right. So when did you start ballet? I would love to know. And does anybody else want to say anything? I would love to know who else is here. The suspense is killing me. But I will say to everybody that showed up, thank you so much for showing up. To me, if one person showed up, then this was a success, because, you know, one person. I'm so excited that anybody watches my videos at all. I just love making them, and I love talking about ballet. But then to actually have people commenting means the world to me. So I love being able to talk to you guys. Oh yeah. Your teacher at the Y dance with Martha Graham, and she's teaching at the Y? That's amazing. Hi. That's my husband. You missed the whole Theraband workout. Did you bring yours to the park? Well, it could be. I mean, this is okay. So this is my first time going live ever, and it was really more of an experiment just to see what it would be like. Plus, you know, what's so funny is I actually did a whole Theraband video like a year and a half ago in the summer of 2017. I filmed a whole Theraband video where I did these 3 exercises plus 2 other exercises, sickling and winging. And I filmed the whole thing, and I started editing it, and I just hated the lighting, and I ended up never posting it, which I have a couple videos like that where I film them, and then there's just something about it that I don't like, so I just never post it. So I knew that I wanted to do a Theraband video because I have some adult ballet students who have asked me before, like, what are the best exercises to do? And being the new year, I know that we all want to get more exercise in, so I wanted to start off really simple and basic. If people actually are interested in doing a scheduled live, like, you know, weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, definitely let me know, and I would be open to that for sure. Wow, man, you just have the best of the best, but you are in a really good place for dance, right? I mean, there's just amazing dancers and teachers out there. But that is so cool that he's teaching at the Y. Very, very privileged to have those wonderful teachers. I felt the same way in Chicago. There's just so much talent and so much knowledge, and there's certain pockets throughout the U.S. that are just full of dance legends, and you just want to go and sit at their feet and learn everything that they know. But yeah. But yeah, anyway, so we're all done with our workout. If there's any other questions, let me know. And if anyone else would be interested in doing a live again, like in my poll that I listed, I didn't have that many votes because I just put it up this week. I think I put it up on Wednesday, but there was just 50% of people picked today, and then I think like one person picked each other day. And also, I can be really flexible on the time. So, like, I don't know what time it is, what time is better for you guys. So, you can leave all of those suggestions in the comments. Let me know, dates and times that are better for you, and also topics. So, like, oh, huh. So you didn't even know that it was happening. So you weren't even one of the people that commented in the poll. I wished that I could see in the poll who commented, because I just posted the poll on the community tab of my channel on Wednesday, and I think I had like 4 people say that today was best, like I said, and like 1 people for every other date that I posted. But also, if you follow me on Instagram, I really just started posting things on Instagram around Thanksgiving. So it's TheWholePointe, just like the YouTube channel. But I posted on there that I was going to go live as well. I don't have as many followers there, but I will definitely try to do the next live with more advanced preparation. I just wanted to get in and do the first one today, since there was 4 people who were interested in coming. And like I said, besides dates and times that work best, if you guys want to leave suggestions for topics, like we can do more Theraband exercises together. Some other things that I also thought about doing live was like a foot and calf massage. So after we do Theraband exercises, or your feet are really sore, I could lead you through some, stretching and massaging, self-massage of your feet and calves. I need to clean out my dance bag really badly, and so I thought maybe you guys would be interested to see all the different stuff that I carry in my dance bag, which is a lot right now, and I definitely need to pare it down. But and then also, I had someone who was interested in, I have piles and piles of ballet journals with all of these old corrections and quotes and inspiration. And I had somebody comment on the video where I was going through an old ballet journal and asking me to go through other ones. So that's something we could do too. If more people show up and ask questions, we could just do a Q&A. But, since right now it seems like it's just me and you, Donna. So if you have any questions, I would definitely be willing to answer. I'm so glad that you saw it and came, because you definitely made this live for me. Otherwise, I would have just been talking to myself the entire time. But yeah, so let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for watching my videos. All of your comments mean the world to me. I was telling my husband this morning that I've been getting more meaningful comments lately of people actually really appreciating what I'm putting out, and it is amazing, because I'm like, oh, people are actually watching, like it's actually making sense. So that's very, very encouraging. And I just appreciate you guys, and I hope that you have an amazing new year. I hope that you are getting to take as many ballet classes this year as you want, and performing and having tons of fun. Oh, thank you. Thank you for sharing. That is awesome. That's like the biggest compliment, because I definitely, last year most of my videos were about my pregnancy because I couldn't be doing a lot of ballet. So I'm very excited for this year to do more ballet videos. And I also have been considering doing a couple of interviews of different people who work in different areas of dance. So if you guys would be interested in that, let me know in the comments below as well. So I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your Sunday. Like I said, let me know in the comments below what else you'd like to see. And you guys are fantastic.